From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, August 3rd. Tracking some isolated showers and storms this evening as some cooler air sinks into the state. Showers will lighten up overnight. Expect some low temperatures in the 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 76. 10 IMPD officers have body cameras right now. The department is installing 10 cameras a day with the goal of having 1,100 installed by later October. Richard Essex has been reporting on this today. He's learned the cameras are basically automatic and about the size of a large cell phone. The only part of the camera you will see is the tiny lens. The cameras can be turned on and off by the officer with a device that looks like a faceless watch, but for the most part, the cameras are controlled by technology. When a cop gets a call on the radio, the camera comes on. The cameras will also come on when an officer pulls their gun, when they're running or have fallen and are down for more than 10 seconds. Chief Randall Taylor says there are exceptions during sensitive situations or when someone requests the officer turn off the camera for their privacy. The video will be stored in a cloud backup system and kept for 190 days. That video will be available if the video doesn't harm an investigation or at the chief of police's discretion. And the city wants your input on public safety. Leaders are hosting a virtual meeting this week after gathering information through an online survey. That survey launched in June as a partnership between Indianapolis and the NYU School of Law Criminal Justice Lab. The first Zoom session is Thursday at 5:30 p.m. And today, the Washington Township School Board reversed the decision to cancel fall sports due to the pandemic. More than 400 North Central High School student athletes now plan to take part in fall sports. The school board says participation is optional for 6th through 12th grade students as long as practice schedules don't conflict with virtual learning. Students will be following safety protocols from the Marion County Health Department and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. That includes wearing a face mask when it's practical, practice in small groups, and maintain social distancing. Coaches will be looking for COVID-19 symptoms before every practice, and if 2 or more occur, students will be sent to the athletic trainer for further evaluation. Weight rooms and other facilities can only be used at 50% capacity. Locker rooms will not be available for teams other than football. However, designated bathrooms will be in place. The school says equipment will be cleaned every day, and bus transportation will only be available to and from competitions. A New Pal High School student is in isolation for 2 weeks after testing positive today, the district's first day back. Southern Hancock School says a note from the student's physician had the wrong return to school date. The district says Hancock Health is now reviewing its notification process. Leaders say the student wore a mask, and they have notified families who were in close contact. State health officials confirmed 582 new coronavirus cases today. Those Hoosiers were diagnosed between Friday and Sunday. More than 68,400 people have tested positive so far. Another 5 Hoosiers have died. That brings the statewide death toll to 2,780. And today, Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly Company launched Phase 3 of its first-of-a-kind COVID treatment trial. The study plans to enroll thousands of people who live or work at long-term care facilities nationwide that have recently diagnosed COVID cases. Lilly created custom retrofitted RVs as part of the study. The plan is to drive the mobile labs to long-term care facilities in the U.S. All clinical trial supplies needed to create an on-site infusion clinic will be delivered too. Lilly's mobile research fleet will respond to virus outbreaks as long-term care facilities all across the U.S. Lilly's mobile research fleet will respond to virus outbreaks at long-term care facilities all across the U.S. President Trump took aim at one of his own appointees, White House coronavirus response coordinator Deborah Birx. Dr. Birx has said now that this round of COVID infections is very different from the wave in March and April and very widespread, saying that it is in rural areas equally to urban. Trump tweeted after that statement, and I quote, "So crazy Nancy Pelosi said horrible things about Dr. Deborah Birx, going after her because she was too positive on the very good job we are doing. In order to counter Nancy, Deborah took the bait and hit us. Pathetic." Okay, so earlier, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had said in reference to Birx, quote, "I think the president is spreading disinformation about the virus and she is his appointee, so I don't have confidence there. No," end quote. The president spoke with reporters today, but didn't add any more context to his tweet about Dr. Birx. He did mention, however, that he has a good working relationship with Dr. Anthony Fauci. And all of this comes as negotiations on a massive coronavirus relief bill are starting back up again. The Trump administration and Democrats reported progress over the weekend, but we expect several more days of talks before a deal is actually reached. Democrats want more money for state and local governments, unemployment benefits, and food aid. Republicans want to cut the $600 federal benefit to encourage Americans to return to work. One area that appears to be agreed upon, another $1,200 stimulus payment. Former President Barack Obama is endorsing Christina Hale for Indiana's 5th congressional district. Hale was included among several for Obama's first wave of endorsements. Hale is running against Republican Victoria Sparks, a district long held by Republicans. Democrats are hoping to turn it blue as incumbent Susan Brooks retires. The FBI office in Indianapolis confirms a series of raids across the city this morning. According to the FBI, the raids were drug-related. State and local law enforcement agencies were also involved. We don't know much more other than that, but we will have more as we learn throughout the day and throughout the coming days. We'll have it here on our podcast. I'll keep you updated, and also on News 8, also on our website, wishtv.com. Tropical storm Isaias could become a hurricane again tonight. Right now, it's heading toward the Carolinas with winds of about 70 miles an hour. Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey has been watching the storm closely. Right now, he's reporting North Carolina is bracing for hurricane-force winds, torrential rain, flash flooding, and life-threatening storm surge. Extensive power outages are expected as well. The tropical storm is expected to re-strengthen into a hurricane before making landfall tonight near the southern border of the state, bringing with it 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, up to 5 feet of storm surge, and wind gusts in excess of 90 miles per hour. Whether Isaias is a tropical storm or hurricane at landfall won't make a difference in the expected impacts. Storm surge warnings are in place at the southern tip of the state, meaning there is danger of life-threatening rise in sea level for areas all along the coast. 3 to 5 feet of surge. Again, that's expected in some places. A full moon is already causing higher than usual tides, making the surge even more threatening. Storm surge watches are in effect for the northern part of the state as well. Isaias will bring 3 to 6 inches of rain to parts of inland North Carolina, which has prompted the National Weather Service to issue flash flood watches for much of the state and flood warnings along some rivers. Tornadoes will also be possible for eastern North Carolina tonight into Tuesday morning as Isaias makes landfall. A federal judge is calling for more privacy protections days after a man shot and killed her son. U.S. District Judge Esther Salas made her first public comments today. She said serving as a judge means making tough calls, and that sometimes leaves people angry. Police say a men's rights attorney who had argued a case before Salas opened fire at her house last month. Salas' 20-year-old son, Daniel Anderl, died. Her husband was wounded. Salas now says judges shouldn't have to live in fear for their lives because personal information like addresses are so easily obtainable. Police say the suspect later shot and killed himself. For the next 8 days, Colts players are limited to conditioning work on and off the field at the Colts complex. The 8-day span is being utilized as an acclimation period back into football activities. This time is mostly spent doing work with the strength and conditioning staff. Groups of no more than 15 at a time will spend 60 minutes a day in the weight room and 60 minutes a day doing on-field conditioning. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, kickers, punters, and long snappers are allowed to use footballs in some of their on-field conditioning work, although no team activities are allowed. Team walkthroughs are also permitted to begin. They can be up to 60 minutes the first 4 days and up to 75 minutes on each of the final 4 days of this period. The Pacers will try to build on a solid regular season start tonight. They are playing the Wizards today. TJ Warren put on a career best showing Saturday, putting up 53 points in the win against the 76ers. Victor Oladipo played but wasn't in the lineup tonight. He is expected to play tomorrow against the Magic. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.